Ukraine is undergoing a decisive transformation in its energy system, and wind energy is playing a central role in that transition. With vast natural potential, favorable policy shifts, and strong international engagement, Ukraine is rapidly becoming a focal point for wind energy development in Eastern Europe. As of 2024, Ukraine's total renewable energy capacity is estimated at 8.7 gigawatts, with 6 gigawatts from solar power and around 2 gigawatts from wind. However, the government is now targeting more than 6.2 gigawatts of onshore wind power alone by 2030, marking a more than 12-fold increase in currently available capacity in grid-connected areas. An additional 100 megawatts of offshore wind is also planned as a pilot project in the Black Sea. The driving force behind this expansion is the National Renewable Energy Action Plan adopted in August 2024. This strategy not only outlines ambitious targets but also establishes a supportive environment for investment, planning, and execution. Key pushes include the introduction of competitive renewable energy auctions, a complete shift away from the old feed-in tariff model, and new incentives for grid-connected projects. Ukraine's auction-based system, launched with tenders for over 700 megawatts of renewable capacity, is designed to stimulate competition, reduce costs, and attract top-tier developers. For wind energy, this system means clearer timelines, bankable power purchase agreements, and access to state-backed guarantees in cooperation with international financial institutions. These are essential tools to attract large-scale investments into the sector. In the field, the Tyligulska Wind Power Plant exemplifies what's possible under this new framework. Developed by DTEK Renewables, its first phase of 114 megawatts is operational and was completed using Vestas V150 turbines. Phase 2, backed by a €450 million financing package supported by Denmark's EIFO, is adding another 384 megawatts. Once completed, Tyligulska will become Ukraine's largest wind installation with 83 turbines and nearly 500 megawatts of total capacity. This single project will supply renewable electricity to approximately 900,000 households annually. In addition to large coastal projects, regional diversification is a strategic priority. In Zakarpattia, Wind Parks of Ukraine is pushing forward with the Ostrovsky Wind Farm, starting at 80 megawatts with ambitions to scale to over 1.5 gigawatts. Projects in western Ukraine benefit from more stable terrain and easier EU market access. This westward shift helps reduce regional dependency and distributes wind energy development more evenly across the grid. Another major push is in offshore wind readiness. Ukraine's estimated 140 gigawatts of offshore wind potential in the Black Sea has attracted growing interest from international developers. The government's 2030 strategy includes a 100 megawatt offshore pilot project to lay the groundwork for long-term development. This initiative is supported by early-stage partnerships with Danish and German stakeholders and leverages Ukraine's proximity to Romania and Bulgaria, both of which are developing offshore wind corridors. Grid infrastructure modernization is a third vital push. Ukraine plans to install 656 megawatts of energy storage systems and 906 megawatts of flexible backup generation by 2030. This includes lithium-ion battery banks, pumped hydro storage feasibility studies, and hybrid gas turbine systems that respond to fluctuations in wind supply. These upgrades are essential to enable higher penetration of wind energy while preserving grid stability. International financial institutions are also driving this transformation. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development has committed €1 billion for Ukraine's energy sector in 2025 alone, with a portion allocated for renewable options and wind integration. The European Investment Bank is funding transmission infrastructure upgrades, including armored substations designed to handle remote wind farm input. Meanwhile, the World Bank and IFC are structuring guarantee programs to mitigate project risk and help wind developers secure capital at favorable terms. Workforce and supply chain pushes are equally important. Ukraine is developing specialized education programs in renewable energy through technical universities and vocational centers. Courses in wind turbine technology, electrical systems integration, and offshore engineering are being piloted in Kiev, Lviv, and Mykolaiv. At the same time, local suppliers are expanding capabilities to participate in the wind energy value chain. Companies are producing concrete towers, steel structures, and maintenance components, reducing dependency on imports and stimulating regional industrial development. Another boost comes from Ukraine's full synchronization with the European ENTSO-E grid, completed in 2022 and strengthened through 2024. This enables dynamic power exchange with the EU, allowing wind surpluses in Ukraine to be exported to neighboring countries during high production periods, and vice versa. With this integration, Ukraine is not only building energy independence but also helping stabilize the broader European grid. Ukraine's natural wind conditions give it a competitive advantage. The southern steppes from Odessa to Mykolaiv and Zaporizhzhia routinely average wind speeds of 7 to 8 meters per second at 100 meters height, which is ideal for utility-scale wind farms. In some regions, capacity factors reach up to 40%, making these sites attractive even by European standards. To accelerate permitting, a new one-stop online platform has been launched to manage environmental assessments, land use approvals, and grid connection applications for wind energy projects. This digital portal reduces bureaucracy and shortens the average permitting time from over 18 months to less than 9 months in many cases. Looking at the numbers, the path is ambitious but grounded. Ukraine plans to scale wind power from approximately 512 megawatts currently connected in government-controlled territory to 6,214 megawatts by 2030. This includes at least 1 gigawatt of new capacity in the west, 3 gigawatts across central and southern regions, and an initial 100 megawatts offshore. These projects are expected to collectively reduce carbon emissions by over 12 million tons annually and generate more than 15 terawatt-hours of clean electricity, enough to supply 4 to 5 million Ukrainian homes. Wind energy isn't just about clean power. It's a job creator, an export opportunity, and a strategic technology sector. Each new turbine installed brings economic activity to rural communities, supports skilled labor, and attracts follow-on investment in logistics, service infrastructure, and digital control systems. Wind projects also open the door to complementary sectors like green hydrogen production, especially in areas with high wind availability and low local demand. In the coming years, Ukraine's wind energy success will hinge on sustained financing, project execution, and grid integration. With the policy, geography, and institutional support in place, the momentum is clearly building. The turbines going up today are more than machines. They are physical symbols of resilience, innovation, and a cleaner future. By 2030, Ukraine is expected not just to meet its domestic targets but to emerge as a regional leader in renewable energy, with wind at the center of its modernized, efficient, and European-aligned energy system.